Hello again, BookTube. This is Mike from RiffRaff's Reading Renaissance, and today I want to just tackle RobertG, reader of books, questions, about 8 questions for readers which have nothing to do with reading. I think it's a very good idea to see whether there is some correlation between all of us bookish types, and just watching some of the early videos I've seen coming back, I just think there might be. Let's see what we can uncover, shall we? The first question is, what's your favorite kind of food? And I have to be honest and say I've never really met any food that I didn't like. Perhaps my ideal food experience would be a long, slow meal in a restaurant with great friends and lots of conversation and a reasonable quantity of white wine. What's my favorite kind of music? This is a bit of a complicated one. I've mentioned before that I am a musician, I have a musical background, but I'm also a completely obsessive collector of music. I have been collecting music from across all genres you can imagine, from classical to Ethiopian folk music, for as long as I can remember, and I have a curated collection of almost 40,000 albums, which I keep now in digital form on iTunes, because I do not trust the streaming services. The streaming services tend to replace original albums with remastered copies, which is extremely uncomfortable for a purist. And yeah, so everything from Hildegard from Bingen to Shades of Rock to ethnic folk music from every corner of the world. My ancestry is Scottish and Irish, so there's a particular fondness for the folk music from those parts of the world. And of course, living in South Africa, you can't but be mesmerized by the local rhythms and sounds of the drum beats of Africa and bands like Jaluka. Moving on to question 3. I apologize for the pings you're hearing in the background. I have no idea what's causing it, but I'm going to press on regardless. Question 3. If you were prevented from reading, what would you do? That's a difficult one, and I think a little bit like most of the responses I've seen, the second channel would be music. If you can't read, it probably boils down to listening to music. I do think that there is a link between the two types of brain stimulation, from reading and from either listening to music, or in my case, in fact, playing music. I play the guitar.
All inside us thought the babe was lost. The dungeon shook, the chains came off. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Oh, hold on.
Very blessed to have the opportunity on some occasions to play on various stages for various types of audiences, and I believe that that's a very enriching part of one's life, another aspect to the creative process. Question 4 is, what is your favorite city? And I guess I have 2 thoughts here. In fact, there's no place like home, and where I live now, Durban in South Africa, which is also where I was born, is probably Africa's best kept secret as to the nicest place to live. But I also, when I worked overseas in the Netherlands, I lived in the oldest city in the Netherlands, a place called Voorburg, which was absolutely exquisite. Old cobbled streets and street markets and street cafes, and a real European life experience. I will leave links to promotional videos for both Durban and Voorburg in the links, in case any of you armchair travelers feel a sense of wanderlust. The next question, question 5, is about favorite beverage. I'm not a big drinker, but I guess if it's alcoholic beverages, white wine in a restaurant, as I said earlier, on a long, slow meal, is hard to beat. When it comes to non-alcoholic beverages, question 6, it's coffee, I'm afraid, and I think that seems to be a commonality between a lot of us readers. And I do drink coffee in massively oversized cups in order to have fewer occasions on which I have to replenish the coffee. My favorite time of the day, I'm definitely a night owl. I think that comes from early in life when I was studying part-time after doing a day job into the late hours. In addition to the fact that my various aspects of performing, be it on stage or musical, lends itself to the late hours of the evening and into the wee small hours of the morning. And I have to say, if I'm left to my own devices and I don't have to be bright and breezy in the morning, you'll still find me up 1 or 2 in the morning, at which time I sometimes think my concentration is best, and certainly my enjoyment of whatever I'm doing, being it reading or whatever, is at its peak. I do find it very charming to be the only person awake when the world is quiet. It's a very nice experience, and of course ideal for a selfish pursuit like reading. And last but not least, favorite season. Again, if I take my reference point from where I live now, Durban, Durban summers, of course, our summer is the opposite to most of you in the Northern Hemisphere who are telling me in your current videos about your summer holiday plans. Durban's summers are at the end of the calendar year, December into January type of thing. And the early part of our calendar year, at the peak of summer, is oppressively hot and humid in Durban. But you reap the reward in our winters. And we're currently, this period of July, August is our winter. And really, if I'm honest, we don't do winter. A cold day in Durban is around 14 degrees Celsius, which is 57 degrees Fahrenheit. I mean, if that's the harsh winter, it's not exactly the kind of winter that Napoleon encountered. So in a nutshell, short and sweet, that's my quick rapid fire answers to Robert G's questions. I thought it was an interesting set of questions, and I'm also, in my busy life, trying to get better at actually producing more videos, so I thought I'd take the opportunity to do a fast and furious round of questions and answers. So thank you very much, BookTube. I hope you're enjoying both mine and the other content producers. If you feel so inclined, I'm always grateful to have the subscription pop up by one number every now and then. And I hope I'll keep you entertained. And in any event, I will see you again soon. Thank you very much, BookTube. Bye-bye.